it was at 9 million, and then 2021, which is the COVID season, it was sold for 5, so 4 million below the last price, and then the next sale was at 23 million. Like, whoever bought there was an absolute genius.
Then in 2024, with the hype of the market, I think it was a smart move to just like, let's crack to the affordable market. Because like this, yes, we're succeeding in the ultra luxury, but there is a huge space in the market and we can actually make a difference.
Community, because it is the first villa/townhouse community this developer has ever launched, but the developer has proven himself over the last years when it comes to handover time and a, let's say, decent quality.
For me, one of the best things about buying an apartment from Shoba or a villa is that you get like at least 15 years, no headache, no maintenance, you don't have to worry about plumbing, about chippings or anything.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the How to Go About It podcast. My name is Carl, and I'm sitting here with
Atika Benyas.
Today we're going to talk about the go-to investments when it comes to communities in Dubai right now, and also some very interesting upcoming projects. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I have another coffee like every week. The temperature has been falling a little bit today, no?
It's dark.
It's dark. It's supposed to rain today.
Yeah, I've seen clouds and it's dark. And yesterday it was yesterday and before yesterday it was better temperature.
Yeah,
and at
definitely.
night it was great.
The humidity was gone because last week, Dubai is close to the ocean anyway, hence why we have a lot of humidity towards the end of the summer, right?
Yeah.
It really kicks off end of August, September. And then finally October it gets cooler again.
Yeah, like end of May, depending. Sometimes start of end of May, June, July, especially June, July, and August, they get brutal. Yeah. And then September is okay. But I think now we're just we're middle of August. Well, close to September, so it's going now.
Yeah, I was leaving the house with my guy the other day, and he I said to him, "Oh, it feels quite good today, right?" And then we checked the temperature, it was 42. That's how used we got to the temperature already. It's just there was no humidity. We were like, oh, this is nice.
You lost your European sense.
Completely. I think if I go to Europe, like Germany, outside like peak summer, I'll always feel cold.
No, but last time we were talking about, you said that no, end of September, but it's getting better. I told you September, but...
Yeah. Can't wait for it because the humidity is what's killing me. That's what I'm not used to. Yeah. So as I said, we're speaking about communities today. I have a list here on my phone, hence why I'll be looking at my phone every once in a while, because I'm not the type of person that keeps every detail in my head. I learn through experiences a lot. I think we're different here when it comes to that. I think you're extremely good at keeping information in your head.
I learn through conversations. That's why yesterday when we were preparing, I was learning and you were feeling suffocated. So selfishly, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I learn the best when I visit the place myself. And we're gonna come to one community that we actually visited yesterday. We're gonna come to that on our way. That one I know my shit about, but
gotta admit, I only take you to great communities. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't see those lovely communities.
I went there twice yesterday. I went there for the first time, and then we were shooting a video. I wasn't fully happy with it, so I literally went the same day again. That's how happy I was. Did you get a good video? Yeah. I'll show you later. It's amazing. Don't forget to follow the Instagram channels linked down below. That's where you'll find all the real estate related content, as well as room tours, house tours, whatever the hell is going on. And I'd say let's start straight away to the first community, which is the Shoba Sanctuary.
Just for me to explain, this episode is mainly for communities that have launched a couple of phases, first phase, and really are, let's say, how do you say it in English? Promising, and you should keep an eye on, and it's a really great opportunity for investment. And another category, which is communities that have been announced but not yet launched as well. Again, a great opportunity. So this is a list of everything an investor should be looking at. They just need to figure out their budget, payment plan that suits them, maybe location if they prefer one. But otherwise, all of these communities are great potential.
We're basing those our thoughts when it comes to that, our prognosis, we're basing that at the end of the day of the history of a developer when it comes to quality, when it comes to handing over on time, and when it comes to capital appreciation because of the location, because of the quality, whatever the case is. And if the developer has a track record with similar projects at the end of the day.
And supply and demand, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a very also crucial factor that, let's say, there isn't much supply of that product, and that helps with your appreciation at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the number one is Shoba Sanctuary.
Shoba the Sanctuary. What do you want to know about Shoba Sanctuary?
Or what do you know? Everything. Well, the first thing I want to point out is Shoba. We've mentioned it before. Actually, this studio is in the Shoba Tower as well. Hey. Shoba is standing out for, you could say, the best quality in the market when it comes to finishing and quality. To be mentioned, also talking in a price segment which is still affordable to some degree.
Yes. Shoba is known to be one of the top developers that gives you quality. I think they focus on quality the most. And for me, one of the best things about buying an apartment from Shoba or a villa is that you get like at least 15 years, no headache, no maintenance. You don't have to worry about plumbing, about chippings or anything. You just be. Yeah. For you, because they have a German
quality standard. Yeah, but that's what they advertise themselves for. So they have a German, I mean, they're their own contractors anyway. And they have a German company which is making sure that the quality is on top after the project is finished. We're like checking everything, right?
They have their own in-house, let's say, inspection, but they have a German third-party firm in Germany that does also inspect their inspections, which means that they're not really satisfied only with the in-house thing. And it makes sense, because if you do everything in-house, you you need a third party, because people can just say, like, when they do the inspection, our quality is great, and then they move on because they do everything, or they'll be a bit reluctant to do that. But they really insist on having a third party, which is a German company. Yeah.
This community is going to have the size of a total of 37,000 square feet, if I'm not mistaken.
37 million. Hey.
37 million, yeah, my bad. 37 million, obviously, yeah. It's still early in the morning. 37 million square feet.
Yes.
Location-wise, why is it in a good location?
Look, again, it's any community on a line road, we consider it a good location because it might look far on the map, same as the Valley, same as Elwood, which is another community by Shoba, but mostly sold out. Maybe they have a couple of units. It's on a line road, which means that you will take 25 minutes once you reach a line road, if you're speeding, 30 minutes if you're taking it slow, to reach downtown. Which is the same, let's say, time frame you will take from, let's say, from the center, from JVC, from Arjan, from any of those locations. It's just that there is no traffic. And it's a freeway. It's one of the best highways here. Yeah.
And we'll have a total of 20,000 units.
Yes. But we need to be a little bit careful when we say 20,000, because they have the villas and the townhouses. And they have even like, how do you say it? Schools, etc., etc. Anything that a community will provide. It's just that they will also have building complexes.
So they have apartments. And Shoba is also known for not giving the biggest sizes when it comes to apartments. So
they invest mostly in the quality.
Yeah. So the apartments will consist of quite some apartments as well, which makes the number of units so high. But when it comes to the villas and townhouses, it's not going to be overcrowded.
Funny, it's like in townhouses they were actually offering better sizes than their competition, like Yamar next door. So they gave a bigger plot, bigger build up in townhouses and villas. But when it comes to apartments, let's say the average right now in the market is 750 for one bedroom. Let's say for them they're giving it 650 tops. They even have 550, which is like a mini one bedroom. Which makes it, when you see, for example, the price per square foot is a bit high, but that's the, how do you say, the compromise, because in order to get the best quality, they just reduce the size. They need to launch more units in order to make up for all of that, because they really spend a lot on quality.
What are we looking at price-wise? And I'm not talking about the launch price, like what is currently still available, would you say, on the off-plan market?
Right now, what's available, I think they still have the 7 million villas available and the 9 million, which is a 5-bedroom, if I'm not mistaken. But when they launched, it was 3.8, the 3-bedroom townhouse. The 4-bedroom townhouse. 3.8-ish. Not available. It was sold out, of course. What else? You have the 1-bedroom apartments. Their starting price is like 1.1-ish. It's just that you wouldn't find always the 1.1-ish because they get sold out the fastest. But they will keep launching because they'll have like, I forgot how many number of buildings, but they'll have like quite decent amount of buildings. And they still have a couple of clusters to launch. Yes.
So for everyone who's trying to get away from the city for a little bit, but not to be too far off, and having some good quality standards. I mean, obviously, especially if you're an end user and you're looking for a really good quality, this might be your way to go. Next up on the list, we have a interesting community because it is the first villa/townhouse community this developer has ever launched, but the developer has proven himself over the last years when it comes to handover time and a, let's say, decent quality, which is Tilal bin Khati, or the developer is bin Khati.
Yes.
And the community is going to be Tilal bin Khati. Funny about bin Khati is that's the first ever tower that I ever lived in Business Bay. Bin Khati Kano was the first one I ever lived in. So that was my first impression of how it is to live in Dubai. And I was quite happy, to be honest. I wasn't in real estate back then, but I was quite happy with it.
Okay. We're going to say what stands out in this community. First of all, the location. It's right next to Academic City.
Where's Academic City on the map?
Let's say when we talk Al Ain Road, it's on the right side of Al Ain Road. So it's like on the side of the current airport. Under where you have Silicon Oasis, then you have your Warsan 4, etc., etc. So you go under there. It's next to like a big complex of universities on the left side. Not really on the metro way, because the metro is going to pass by, let's say, the college complex. But I think it's going to be like a 5 minutes drive from the metro, but it's not right next to the metro. It's a 10 million square feet community. And it's going to have roughly, if I note it clearly, 1,400 units. Villas and townhouses, no apartments. What I like about this community? Well, I discovered that because, first of all, they start from 4-bedroom townhouses. And I was looking for a client. Remember, we were looking for this client who wanted all en suite. And most developers, they give you 2 en suite and 2 share in 1 bathroom. Yeah. They're all en suite with Bengati. So this is something for somebody who wants a 4-bedroom townhouse to be all en suite. That's what you find in Tilal Bengati. They offer you this is something nice. They offer you the unit with the backyard landscaped. Because I don't know if anybody has ever seen a newly handed over townhouse, but you get like what do you call that? The sand?
Artificial sand?
I don't think it's artificial, but it's like, it's like a bit like raw. There is no greenery in the backyard. You have to you garden it yourself.
Oh, okay.
You landscape it yourself. So they're offering it fully landscaped on handover.
That's what they do in the valley, for example, as far as I know.
Yeah, you've seen. Yeah, they have nothing, right? So you get it fully landscaped, and you get an elevator installed as well, because it's a G+2. So you have like living room, kitchen situation, maid's room. Ground floor, first floor, 2 bedrooms, second floor, 2 bedrooms, all en suite, and you get the Jeep, and then you get the elevator installed by the developer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds pretty good, no? And they have around 50 amenities. That's at least what they advertise it with.
Okay.
Total of 50 different types of amenities. Whatever, if that's a lagoon or a jogging track or a kids play area, gym. Whatever the case is, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
And this will be exciting to see because at the end of the day, this is their first ever community, and we have quite good starting prices of around, I think, 4 million, right? 4 million is the base price.
Yes, 4
million-ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
That's but it's a 4-bedroom townhouse.
Yeah.
It's not a 3-bedroom, so we also need to keep that in mind. A decent sizes, all en suite. They're offering you the elevator, a landscape unit, and it's Benghati's first master community. They've done building complexes with, let's say, for example, the Mercedes one, but never really done a villa or townhouses community. Something very good about Benghati, you know it.
The handover time. Hey, that's what I said at the beginning. They're always handing over really fast and on time.
Yeah, so you get a townhouse in 2 years.
There's this Bugatti building in Business Bay. I came here about a year ago. It's almost anniversary now. And this tower was half built, and literally within the time being here, they built the entire tower. And what they're doing now is just doing the interior and putting the glass outside, and it's going to be finished.
They have excellent track. I think every developer is known for something in the market, and Benghati is known for an excellent track record of handing over before time even, and a short time frame. Because there is a difference between, for example, I'm giving you a handover time frame of 4 years and I still delay, and I'm giving you a time frame of 2 years and I deliver on time. So they also deliver on a shorter time frame. So for example, for this Tilal Benghati, they're given a 2 years time frame. And this is unheard of for a townhouse or villa community. Always the minimum is three and a half mostly, 4 years. And of course, a little bit of couple of months delay that happens with any developer that is not really focused on the handover as much as other aspects. So yeah. So 2 years is very fast for somebody who wants to get their unit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next up on the list is a community called Lunaya by the developer Zaya. And this is something you showed me yesterday, which I didn't know yet. It's quite a small community, which is going to be around 1.75 million square feet big. And
that's the build-up. We kept really debating the build-up, and almost 1 million square foot of lagoons.
Yes.
1.7 million square foot of build-up. And I've been debating with Car that I'm pretty sure that the community is at least 6 million square foot. Because if you have a build-up of 1.7, then in this case, it's like 1/3 is the build-up, 1/3 is the lagoon. No, 1/6 is the lagoon, and then you have greenery. But we couldn't find the information online because they're not disclosing. They're just saying the build-up, which makes no sense. We need the full plot size. But I think it's roughly 6 million.
Yeah. And it's only going to consist of around 564 units in total. So this is going to be a very low density community, and that's also what the developer so far is known for. There is a comparable community called Al-Barari.
Yeah, it's very known.
And we've been checking the numbers yesterday on Property Monitor, and we've seen some really interesting numbers.
Yeah, Carl got surprised.
I was really surprised. Those are not singular cases. That was the average capital appreciation. People investing within, I think, 2016 in Al-Barari. And now in 2026, they invested back then for 3.2 million. Now they sold the unit for 23 million. So that is capital appreciation at its absolute finest.
Ew.
That is comparable. I think I've seen numbers like that in Nada Sheba when it comes to villas. Nada Sheba, some of the first phases, they were similar to that. Sold for at first for like 1.3, 1.6, and now they were sold for 16 and above.
No, we're talking 1.3. This is not the villas. We're talking about the villas.
I don't know if it was a villa or a townhouse, but it was.
No, the townhouse, and now it's like 4+. But still, it is the appreciation as it's at
I'll
its
show you
finest.
later. I saw a unit which was first sold for 1.6 and then for 16.
Yeah, habibi.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Which year that was?
I think 2011 in Nada Sheba 1, 2011, and then now in 2020.
And 15 years. Okay, well, makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, you 10x your money within 15 years. I'm not going to say no to that.
Yeah. No, but El Barari, the thing is, you've noticed that a lot of people sold in 2023, and even from 2023 to 2026, there was doubling as well.
That was the biggest jump.
And doubling and tripling, yeah. And we've seen a couple of, he was really like checking the transactions, and he's seeing like, oh, this is a panic sale for COVID for one of those people. And then the other person made a couple of millions, and the other person made a couple of millions. The other person doubled.
Yeah, there was this one unit that it was at 9 million, and then 2021, which is the COVID season, it was sold for 5. So 4 million below the last price. And then the next sale was at 23 million. Like whoever bought there was an absolute genius. And I've just made a video about this on my Instagram channel, how smart investors don't think with the cycle, they invest against the cycles.
I've seen the video.
Yeah. That is the perfect example.
Just to speak about Zaya.
Yeah.
They're really into low density, luxurious. They don't do really mass scale, high density communities, and they're so into luxury. That's why we can mention Al Barari, which is one of the let's say most well-known established communities. Plus it's beautiful, like it has wild greenery, which is something that we don't see a lot in UAE, because everything is like planted, and we're trying to make it green, right? Because it's very hard here. It's costly actually to make it green. As
gotta lay down a lot of water pipes.
I don't know, a lot of infrastructure goes into it, and I think it's costly, because if you buy a tree that is fully grown, that costs money. So yeah, but they have like more of the wild side also of the, you can feel like you're in some sort of forest, which I really appreciate. And they have like these with the peacocks, like the one with the tail that has like, you know, like they have nice animals within the community, peacocks, pigeons. If you pass by, you can see them running around. I think so. I think I've seen pigeons and peacocks and stuff like that. So it's really nice. They have also Nurai Island, which is, let's say, in the super luxury scale. Their communities are very exclusive, and they're very well known for really like being a smart investment location. And now they're coming up with this community, which is under the water park or the amusement park between Sheikh Zayed Road, and that's not Expo Road, right? I forgot the name of the road. I think it's Expo. Is it next to Expo? Okay.
For people to understand also map-wise, it's below the Palm Jebel Ali.
It's right below. I'm not sure if it's Expo or the other one next to it, but anyway, it's right under the amusement park. It's below Palm Jebel Ali. It's going to be close to the marina location that's going to happen in Palm Jebel Ali downtown. So it's a very good location. They have townhouses on lagoons, which doesn't happen usually, because usually you find only the villas on the lagoons in any lagoon community. Townhouses, they tend to be inside. So they have like townhouses as well, and they will have apartments that are on the lagoons, as I remember. So yeah, it's a good investment opportunity. It's an area that's still not many, like nobody has gone there until now. Everybody has been developing under in the south or on the left side or on the border with Abu Dhabi. But yeah, the location is very good, and the developer has a very strong track record.
Exactly. So if you're looking for something which is going to appreciate a lot, most likely, just looking back at the track record, which has a good quality, and it is in the ultra premium / ultra luxury. Yeah, it is an ultra luxury segment. This could be your way to go.
And
what
low
is
supply.
Entry prices at the moment? It's also between 7 and 9 million, correct?
No, there is 6, and because they've sold out a lot of units. Okay, so right now what's available is there. Yeah, but they still have a couple of units. I think we saw 5-bedroom semi-detached.
They have 5 bedrooms left.
Yeah. But I was gonna say something. Yeah, low supply when it comes to that kind of product from that developer. So it's actually like it's gonna be very promising, and it's very high, close to the shore. So it's gonna be successful for sure.
Next up on our list is Dubai Creek Habour. Why did we choose Dubai Creek Habour?
It is a great concept of a community. It is by A'mar. It's having its ups and downs, but it's a long-term game, especially with the new mall. I do believe in this community. It's just that for investors that are looking for quick appreciation, that's not going to be the case. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But on the long run, it's a great community. And it's going to be like a full master plan that has everything that a person needs to have within a community of apartments, because it's not a villa community. And it's going to have a great mall. I think it's going to be now the biggest mall in the world.
Huge.
Yeah.
2.6 million square feet.
Great location, proximity to downtown, but it's a long game now. People who bought in the island, done, made their appreciation and everything is all well.
And we always point out how every developer like has their own strength, you could say. And when there's one strength, the strength about Emaar is building master communities.
Yes. Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Emaar delivers the best lifestyle. If you walk into Creek right now, if you go, for example, within that island location, you can sense that the architecture makes it a very attractive place to live. For some reason, their architecture, the way they place their parks,
it just works.
Yeah, all the details were. I don't know. There was this movie that I remember once watched, which is for Sandra Bullock. It's 2 Weeks Notice. Oh, it's a speech that the guy did not mean, but she wrote it really with the intent of explaining what architecture does. And it's I remember the movie was saying that the great thing about architecture, that it makes strangers into neighbors, spaces into like family spaces, something like that. Like how architecture makes everything so family friendly, makes people like get to know each other in a park and a coffee place, you know, on the side. And when I walked into Creek Habour, the first thing I thought of is that quote from the movie.
They're really good at that. They're really good at that. And it's going to be quite big. We're looking at 64 million square feet total built up area. And there's going to be as we only know what's planned so far, right? The layout changes sometimes, but as of right now, there's going to be 80 plus towers being built within the area. We have the huge mall, the potential upcoming Dubai Creek Tower, which might be bigger than Burj Khalifa, just getting announced and postponed. De-announced. I
think now we're focusing on the mall anyway, so we'll see.
And the mall is going to be attractive enough, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's 64 million square foot plot, not built up. It's way more, I think, built up, because it's a high-rise. There are high-rise towers, Kana, mid to high. And I was going to say something. They have like 39,000 units that are supposed to be their residential units. Now, I know 39 sounds a lot for like somebody, but with the population increase that we've been witnessing, and remember me and you talking about like, is it 4.2? But it's actually 4.7 because we were taking our numbers not from the statistic data center of UAE anyway. So basically now we're 4.7. It's a huge increase in population. We're supposed to hit 5.8 by 2040, and we're just 2026. So I think with a population increase, you're going to need a lot of units, and you're going to need a lot of units in a community that attracts people, right? That is habitable. You don't want like just massive number of units that it doesn't make it like family friendly, or like you don't feel good about living in that neighborhood. And I think Creek is going to be that. It's going to have a lot of units. It's going to help really alleviate the pressure of like rental market or end user market where people want to live. And
yeah, it's going to be huge. Going to be like its own city, almost a little city. So if you're looking for something which is going to appreciate on the long run, that's your way to go.
And you said 80 buildings, right? Roughly
80 buildings plus.
In a 63 million square foot plot, 80 buildings is nothing. Something else about Creek Habour is that you don't find buildings like they're very stuck to each other. Like we can mention, give me an area, like JVC.
JVC is...
Buildings are very close to each other. You don't like... It's a very nice area. But it's just like, it's high density, and buildings are so close to each other that if you open your, whatever you call it, porte-fenêtre.
Window.
Oh yeah, window or balcony. You can see your neighbor, and you can see what they're doing in their house.
All the time.
Okay. What I like about the creek is actually there's a lot of space between buildings. And even when you see it from far away, it doesn't look like high density. So 63 million square feet and 80 buildings. There are developers who have put 90 plus buildings in, let's say, 5 million square feet. Okay. And don't mention.
No. Don't worry. No hate this episode. We're not hating on anything this episode. Rather, let's go to the next one, which is built by Dubai South.
Which one?
Hayat.
Yeah.
Hayat. Yeah. Dubai South, not only being the area, also being a governmental backed up developer building a community named Hayat in Dubai South, which is going to be around 10 million square feet big. And it's going to consist of 2,500 units. What is special about that community?
Okay. Carl loves, what do you call it? Government-backed up developers.
Love it.
He wants them all to be backed up. Okay. First of all, people confuse the South. People think everything on the left side is the South. It's not. It's a piece of land, that was given to, or I think the developer was created for that piece of land, which is around the airport. So you have the airport, you have the right residential, and then you have the left, the Gulf District, and then you have the industrial area as well. So that piece of land is called Dubai South, and the master developer is called Dubai South. And that master developer has previously launched within that area a couple of communities, and this is their, let's say, latest launch. They launched it, let's say, around a year ago, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. and previously they have launched South Bay, the Pulse, the beachfront, the Pulse beachfront. These communities have done great appreciation, yes, and it was also during a post-COVID where everything appreciated, but also they've garnered a great reputation for spacious sizes. So let's say if you buy the same unit from Dubai South, let's say for a 3-bedroom, you go to another developer and they give you more size. On average. Usually, for example, if it's a 3-bedroom, you always find a small bedroom. So basically, whatever it's 3, it counts as 4. Whatever is 4 counts as 5. So they always give you a small bedroom downstairs. Not a maid's room, not very tiny, but actually a legit 1-bedroom. And they don't even count it when they are like selling you the unit. Good quality. Good quality through and through. I think when you walk into the community, you can sense actually that from the walls, from the unit, when you visit the unit, you can sense the quality for some reason. Okay. They have nice amenities in the Pulse beachfront. The artificial beach is really nice. The community is very nice. The previous ones that got handed over. This upcoming one, it's going to have lagoons. A lot of water bodies, not really swimmable. Townhouses and villas, and I think they will have also a hotel, a shopping center, some what else? Apartments, of course. I'm expecting this community to be popular yet again because end users, when they're going to trying to find a property, Dubai South is one of the developers that is very adored by end users. Yeah. Beep, beep.
Amazing. Next one.
I like them personally.
Next one up on the list is one of my personal favorites on this list. The one I've talked about earlier. We've visited yesterday twice.
It's your new personal favorite because I took you there.
Yeah.
Admit, there was never a community where I took you didn't fall in love.
That's true. It is amazing. And it is built by Majid Al Futain.
Yeah.
Also a developer with an amazing track record. And the community is called Gaf Woods because it is literally in the woods. It's apparently Dubai's first forest community. That's what they advertise it with. And they're planning to plant, because the community is not finished yet. They're planning to plant around 35,000 trees within the community. And when you go to the sales center, which is obviously already there, with a show apartment, which we visited yesterday, you really, because they've done the landscaping around that already, you can really sense what it's going to look like. It is cooler in there for sure, and it gives that kind of, as of now, gives that kind of South France vibe when it comes to the nature.
I haven't been to South France, but I hear about it.
Absolutely beautiful. It will be apparently 8 million square feet big, and it's going to consist of total of 44 low-rise buildings, total of 7,000 units. As I said, amazing quality. The apartment we've been having a look at yesterday, the materials they're using are very nature-based. A lot of wood, a lot of stone, Also leather, which is in the furnishing, and I strongly believe in that. When you walk in, you really feel grounded, you feel based. So yeah, amazing. Like, what is your experience with Majid Al Futtaim?
First of all, I love that community, and because it's like one of the places where they launched the second phase, I managed to get a unit for one of my clients, which was one of the wildest stories, and I love it because it's such a great memory about sleeping in front of the sales center, which I enjoyed, and meeting people and like acting like gangster and ghetto. Look, Majid Al Futtaim, they had great success with Tilal Al Gaf.
Yes.
Which is a sold-out community right now of townhouses, villas, and mansions, and they have lagoons and stuff. When they handed over their properties, they really established themselves as a very good quality-oriented developer. So let's say if I'm going to put scale from 1 to 10 when it comes to quality, definitely Majid Al Futtaim will be scoring like 9.5, if not 10. Same as we talk about Shoba, same as we talk about Ellington, for example. They would score like from 9 to 10. Those are like the high scoring or beyond, or let's say Omniad, because we still didn't see anything from beyond handed over. But they would score highly when it comes to quality. They had a little bit of issue with their townhouses that were very narrow, but still like it's very preferred and very loved by end users. And it's very good for you to have a product that you invested in that people want. Because, you know, when everybody wants, even though the price is high, even though that, you know, it's inconvenient for people for their budget, but they still want it. So it's a very wanted product in the market. I love how they landscape their community. A lot of developers, and I think including Amar, within the cluster of townhouses, you don't find a lot of greenery. It's mainly the outside of the clusters. But within the clusters of villas and townhouses, not much greenery. Within the like bigger villas and mansions, there is. But with Majid Al Futtaim, within the clusters of the townhouses, there had some greenery. So when you walk in, you don't find it dry. I like that. It's one of the things that I noticed. Now, this is their second community. The plot is located between, Global Village and IMG, and then it's on Mohammed bin Zayed, and under there's Zayed bin Hamdan. The golden line of the metro is passing by there, but it's going to be by 2032. It's actually low rise and high and mid rise as well, because they have the middle, section of it. It's G+5 to G+7. Beautiful concept of low rising, because I love low rising. And each cluster is on a hill. And the parking is going to be under the hill. It's underground. So basically, you're not going to have cars roaming inside the community, which is very nice. And they're on the sides. Yeah, on the sides there is the district. One of them is the district. One of them also, there was a name I forgot. Sierra, whatever, something. It's a G plus 12.
I think it's more than that, actually.
It's more than that?
The district, yeah. Because I've looked at the mock-up yesterday, there was more than 12 stories.
G plus 20, not 12, then I'm mistaken.
Yeah, 20.
Because it's taller. 20, roughly G plus 20. What I love about it is also like, even in those high-rise buildings, either you're overlooking the community, which is beautiful, or the backside, you could also overlook Arabian ranches from one side. When they launched the previous one, the district, I think you can overlook Global Village. So you're not going to have that obstructed view, even if you're at the back. So that's also great. Now, it's amazing to be overlooking the greenery. And yeah, as you said, like, it's going to be heavily green, 35,000 trees, different sizes. I remember we were speaking about how they're planning to do the trees, and it's like they're going to have different sizes of trees. Some will come already grown. Some, they will come like waiting for them to really grow later, just to when they hand over the community, it looks more like a forest as much as they can. But I think once that community is handed over, I think 2028-ish, to the end of 29, because they still are going to launch other clusters, and that's going to take 3 years. So I think 2030. I can't wait to see like the raw greenery after a couple of years, like after 5 years, when the greenery gets to be more raw. Oof.
Personal recommendation from my side: starting prices or availability prices. The next phase most likely going to launch around October is what we had yesterday as an info. Starting prices at the moment of what's available around 2.8 million, right?
Yeah, they have 2 bedrooms. Yeah. But the thing is, something to tell people, because people sometimes focus on prices, but focus on the size. Because some communities will give you 600 square feet of 1 bedroom. Some they give you 750. The same thing for 2 bedrooms. Now, I'll tell you price per square foot. Price per square foot is roughly 1,400-ish, which, by the way, it's the higher end of their price per square foot. You might think that 2.8 is a lot for a 2 bedroom, but you're getting 1,500 and you're getting super view from everywhere, super greenery, great quality. Even when you walk, I think this is the feeling when you say grounded. When you walk inside the apartment, you sense that they're not trying too hard, but it looks amazing. Because some places you walk and you feel like you're trying too much, dude. But it's like that subtle, earthy vibe. Not really luxury, it's just homey vibe. But upscale. I like to say, based?
Yeah, very based.
Upscale kind of, it's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I was amazed. Next up on the list is Al Dar with Al Ghadir Gardens. We've previously mentioned it because it was a great investment opportunity on the border between Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Hence why the location is it is already a good location, but in the future will be amazing because it is one of the few places where you have around the same distance to reach to Abu Dhabi, to reach to Dubai downtown. So for people who need to go a lot both ways, this is an amazing location. It's going to be huge size. The plot, like the whole area.
Yeah, they bought a huge plot.
Which is around 520 million square feet, which is the number we found yesterday, which is going to be like the area. How much the built-up area is actually going to be is not known yet.
No, not yet. But I remember it's like a huge piece of land, and they're gonna have many phases. I think it's a long-term game of waiting 5 to 8 years, at least, and wait it out even after handover. Because that's going to be something like those crazy numbers we're talking about. Because whenever you have so many phases, the developer is going to keep the appreciation for you. And no matter when you exit, you're going to make money. But if you're if you have disposable income, it's different because what we call professional investors, they want to enter and exit as fast as possible. And they try to target like the quickest appreciation, which I understand. But some people, they're not really in that game. They're more of like, I have a disposable income anywhere in the world. Could be like a businessman from UK, Turkey, US. And they want to stack value in a property in a market that has proven itself very solid. Even during conflict, regional heavy conflict, you get the price per square foot dropping like couple of percentages and then climbing back up, I think it would be great for anybody with disposable income. Just throw your money there, throw a couple of millions. I would even throw even more, like around the 10 million-ish there, and watch my money grow without me having to really bother.
And they already the developer raised the price because the demand was really high on the first phase. They already raised the price by 1 to 200K within a month, basically.
Yes.
So the people who invested in the first phase literally made 100 to 200K depending on what they got within one single month. Now that's not going to keep happening like that, obviously.
I think they were testing as well.
Yeah,
I think they were testing because the second phase they still got a couple of units left because people were like, I was coming for 1.7 and now I'm almost paying 2 million for 2 bedroom.
Yeah.
So that was a good testing for them, which if I was an investor, like, oh yeah, I want them to keep it up. But no, I think they still have so many phases. Maybe they have 20 or 30 phases, like a huge piece of land.
It's a cool benefit for the ones who took the risk a little bit.
Yeah, and it was during the instability, and it sold out when it was 1.7. So yeah, for me, that's a great opportunity for somebody who just wants to grow their money. Just throw it and, call me back in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's how I would see it, yeah.
And Al Dar, what can you say? Al Dar is also amazing quality when it comes to the track record.
It's a good quality. It's, again, they do good communities. Their communities, Haven and Athlon, have been successful in their launches. A little bit costly on the apartment side as price per square foot when they're on the same area, by the way, with GA Foods, etc. But they're quite higher in terms of price per square foot. That's why they, when you price a little bit higher, you get stuck with a couple of units. Makes sense. It's a well-known developer. It's one of the biggest in the country. It's backed up by the Abu Dhabi government. It made its own success, of course, in Abu Dhabi. And when it came to Dubai, it kind of crushed, man. The two communities, when they launched them, good luck getting a unit. You have to be early on and everything. And even this with Al Gadir. So it's a great developer. It's a huge community. And it's an area that it's still how do you say it in English? Underdeveloped, and has a long-term vision.
Next two projects up on the line are both by the same developer, which is Beyond. And Beyond is a part of the Omniat group, known for ultra high-end luxury, premium quality developments. They have a couple projects, for example, in downtown and Business Bay, like the Lana, which also had
favorite?
Yeah, one of my favorite buildings, insane capital appreciation seen during COVID. We have, for example, I always forget the name. They have an insanely designed office building which is being developed. I'm talking the one right on the Sheikh Zayed Road, the one which has the glass outside. The office building.
I remember.
It looks straight like from a Star Wars movie. They have the Omniat Opus, which is in Business Bay as well, and a couple other.
By Zaza Hadid.
If that is the case, then yeah.
Yeah, it's Zaha Hadid. Yeah, it's the architecture is Zaha Hadid.
Beautiful, very nice. And Beyond is part of that.
It's part of that.
It's part actually of the Omniat group, as you can say, and it is meant to be high-end luxury, but more affordable.
Yeah, they started on 2024 with Beyond. Before it was Omniat, and Omniat was known for ultra luxury. Even like, for example, Lana or Velavento or these kind of buildings in Business Bay, they're literally like partnering with Dorchester, which is a very exclusive hotel chains for like old money, quiet money.
They don't
high-end luxury. They have like 8 branches, and 3 of them are with Omniat here. So they're not really that in-your-face kind of luxury. They're more of like, you know, we know whoever owns there is really somebody who appreciates that kind of vibe. Then in 2024, with the hype of the market, I think it was a smart move to just like, let's crack to the affordable market. Because like this, yes, we're succeeding in the ultra luxury, but there is a huge space in the market and we can actually make a difference. So they started with Beyond, and they started in Maritime City, where they're making their community there, and then the tip of the island, where they launched a couple of buildings. It's a beautiful concept with their like salty lagoons, with the artificial beach that they're going to make in Maritime City because it's non-swimmable there, with the buildings, with the forest that they're going to do there. I remember the launch event. Like even their launch events are very nice, honestly. Like it screams their brand. Now we don't know anything about Beyond, as they didn't hand over anything, but we know the main company, so we know really what we're looking at here. And yeah, then they launched in Dubai Island B, and then, which I think this is the one that you mean, the Sierra. And then they launched the Yards in City of Arabia. And I think all of their concepts are very successful concepts. I think they're going to be one of the very important players in the affordable. We're not talking entry level, we're talking affordable, good quality as well, because they don't only launch buildings, they're launching complexes. And for the Yards, they're the same price per square foot, a little bit higher than Gafwoods, and they have a very nice concept. Also low rising, which is now very popular in UAE because people had enough with the high rise if you're away from the city. And the Island B, which is like a resort kind of style. They took like 2 million square foot, not really putting so many units. Couple of buildings at the back that are high rise with good views from all sides, because at the back you have the new Gold Souk of Deir, which looks, by the way, nice. You have Al Mamzar, you have downtown, and you have the water, the beach, because they're beach community, or let's say they have their own private beach. And then you have the golf course, the 18-hole golf course view if you have a higher unit. Yeah. So I think excellent. It checks all points, and price per square foot was very affordable for that area. And that area is very premium. I don't remember the number of units or the buildings. I think you have all the information, so maybe you can.
Yeah, for Ciora, we have a total size of 2 million square feet and 1,100 units. As I said, that's on Dubai Island B.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Valencia the Yards, City of Arabia, which is a little bigger, 2.3 million square feet, total of 17 buildings, all low rise, and 1,560 units in total. Now, the selling point of Arencia at first was that they launched the one bedroom at 1.1 million, which is a complete steal, and it was sold out within 1 or 2 days. At least on the off-plan market.
You couldn't get a unit. Yeah, people were fighting.
Crazy. We went to the sales event there, which is amazing. Something you could also mention, because we've been talking a lot about good quality. I mean, everything we're mentioning today has good quality, but let's say to give you an image, comparing Beyond, for example, with Shoba, who also has a amazing quality. Shoba is often very simple. They don't experiment too much with structure and crazy designs. Now Beyond, on the other side, they like to come up with interesting, like they have a lot of these, I've seen like curved wall designs, for example. There's projects where they don't put corners, like they only put like curves, which is really interesting. They play a lot with lighting and just general architecture to experiment around, while Shoba is very, very simple and very straightforward, you could say.
I think every developer focuses on something, and I think MC Menon is just a lunatic of quality. Yeah. I think that's where his mind is at. And because he is he comes from that background. It's like you talk about like a mechanic who opened a car company. Like they're not gonna focus on the design as much as they're gonna focus on the engine, right? So that's more of like an MC Menon thing. But Beyond, they hit, you know, when you do a checklist of a lot of things, and there are communities that they're coming up with right now when it comes to price per square foot, potential quality, because we've seen their quality with Amniat, location. They do very successful launches, supply and demand as well. They do not launch them by the bulk. They still keep a very decent size for a one bedroom, where we see developers going to 550. No, they're always like in the 700-ish. Could be a little bit less maybe. But yeah, I think it's very decent. Yeah.
Now, before we're going to wrap up the episode, we're going to talk about 3 different communities which are coming up by developers we've mentioned before already, which haven't been fully, we don't have all the details yet, but those are going to be really interesting projects based on the history of the developer and the project itself. And the first one is in Dubai land, built by Ellington.
Oh yes, this is actually sooner than the others. And I think this is where people now should like focus on, because we're collecting EOIs for the community. Just to explain to people, because people sometimes, or investors, focus on the price, but we focus mostly on the value offered by the developer. Now, Ellington is a top-notch developer when it comes to quality. This is their first master community. They've launched the Sanctuary, which is mini clusters on the district of 11 Lagoon. They launched the Watercrest, if I'm not mistaken, which is next to Lycée Français, which is also a mini, those mini communities with like not many units. Now it's a full-fledged master community between Cherry Woods and where Damak has launched Damak Islands. On Al Qudra Road. Great location, because I think everybody knows that the expansion was happening, and now the road is open, and now we shortened the travel time by 7 minutes on that area, because the roundabout was kind of hectic. So location is good, especially with the accessibility that now the Al Qudra Road is given with the intersection with the Zayed bin Hamdan. The developer is top notch. Their first master community. The good thing is when you go for the EOI in the first stage, you get like roughly 5 to 10% discount for the retail price after the launch, or for each phase, of course, it's going to increase. It's going to be heavily an end-user demanded product, especially for end users who are looking for premium quality, and they're not really willing to compromise on that. I think it's a great opportunity, and I think people should just have their eyes there.
Next up, we have Majid Al Futtaim. Talked about it before with Kafouts. launching a cooperational community together with Dubai South. Also talked about it before, which is going to be 22 million square feet big, correct?
22 million square feet, yes, the plot, yeah.
And the big number which needs to be mentioned here is that they apparently invested, or the project is going to cost 62 billion AED. That's how they're advertising it. Now, we don't know much about it location-wise.
Location is in the Gulf District, right above where you have Hayat. Again, with the success of Tilal Al Gaf, because I will not compare it to Gaf Woods because it was an apartment complex. Tilal Al Gaf was a townhouses and villa community. And I think that's going to be a townhouses and villa communities, maybe apartments, we're not sure. Again, you have Dubai South and Majd Al Futtaim, two beautiful experiences for the past communities in terms of quality, in terms of experience of the community, in terms of premium that you generate from their product. And now they're partnering up, and the location is in the Gulf District there. Good location. Hopefully the prices are going to be as we wish for them to be, because now prices are also getting back, to increasing. But yeah, it's like two major powerhouses.
And last up on the list, who else would it be then? Emaar with their next community in Mohammed bin Rashid City, a huge plot, huge plot. If you look on the map, it's a completely empty land. We're not exactly sure how much of that they're actually going to occupy, but it's going to be 45 million built up square feet area, and we're looking at a investment of 200 billion AED, which they're putting in. Developing this community is going to be the most ambitious, biggest project they've ever had so far, as of them at least. Going to be able to have, I think, 150,000, around 150,000 people living there. That's how it's planned.
Their biggest community is Dubai Hills Estate, Emaar, so far, and it's 120 million square feet with the two lungs.
Yeah.
Now, judging by the area, because we couldn't find any information about the size of the community, but you can see how many million square feet, 54 million square feet of build-up.
45. Yeah.
45. It could be that they're taking almost the rest of the chunk that we still have on that left side of Mohammed bin Rashid City. They say it's their biggest so far, so it means it's more than 120. Okay, so we can talk about 150, 200, maybe 300. Again, Emaar doesn't disappoint. Gigantic, and the location is amazing because it's very central. Again, hoping that the prices will help us as well, because that area is quite costly as well nowadays, because you go on the right, you have the Nad Shiba, whatever is happening. Dubai Hills Estate, the 3-bedroom is 5 million-ish for a townhouse, okay? So we'll see, but great announcement. I think it's going to be something for all agents, let's say, especially that community in Al Ghadir, because we're talking about big size communities that they will take years to launch. So it's something that you continue to work on for a long time, rather than just a smaller community that, it gets launched within a year. So I think it's going to be something that all of us will be working on. And, Emaar is one of the easiest things to pitch.
And they're going to have everything from townhouses, villas, apartments, detached, semi-detached, schools, shopping centers,
business
everything.
Park, of course, the same as the Hills. Yeah.
Definitely a very interesting project for the future.
All of these, whether it's a community that already had a launch and now they're coming up with other phases, they're very promising, the safest, let's say, in terms of investment, the easiest exit plan as well, because all of them are communities, and communities give you an exit plan because people like to buy in communities, and when push comes to shove, single buildings don't do as much, or they don't do as well. And all of them are major players in the market. Each and every developer has a reputation for something. They're very well known, either within UAE, the GCC, and worldwide. And the upcoming communities is something for people who are considering to invest in the next couple of months. Is prepare your eyes and let's go, because these also are great opportunities. It's just that now when we get a client, we're just going to, we have to understand their time frame, their expectations, because we tend to shoot a lot of dreamy clients down. And we tend to tell them that it's not possible. So I'm very happy that we have all type of communities that can give us all type of, let's say, appreciation time frame, ROI models, and all these things, and many payment plans we can play with. So yeah. So we have a lot to work on within the end of 2026, 2027, 2028.
Yeah. That's it with the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like always, and you were able to learn a lot. I hope you guys are a little educated now when it comes to the communities. If you are interested in learning any more about them, specific floor plans, availability, so on and so forth, just get in touch with us over Instagram. We're available there almost 24/7, which is not, no, that's not true. We take breaks also, yeah, but
24/7?
We're available over Instagram.
12/24/7.
12/24/7. Just get in touch with us there, and we'll send you over brochures, and are more than happy to explain you further. That's it from my side. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you, everyone.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you.